Hey Gav, it's the 12th of May 2010. Today I'm going to tell you about 6 important TV shows that I haven't watched. Yet. Okay, a few things. First of all, I'm doing important TV shows, and second, I'm doing shows that I haven't seen yet. This not only means that I haven't seen them, but that I will in the future. So for example, I'd say that CSI is a very important TV show for a lot of reasons, but I'm never going to watch it. Whereas Heroes is a show that I probably will watch, but I don't think it's important. I think in 10 years time people won't be going, oh that Heroes, that was good, wasn't it? Of course, it's still going. It could prove me wrong. So without further ado, here's the list. These are all shows I haven't seen, so if I get anything completely wrong, that's why. Babylon 5. I've heard a lot of talk about Babylon 5, and apparently what it does is it revolutionizes plots. Like, it doesn't have characters that stay the same essentially from season to season like every other show in the world does. It has characters that actually change, and who they are at the beginning of the show is barely anything like who they are at the end of the show. Now you can argue for hours whether or not that reflects real life. Personally, I think that if you met me 10 years ago, well, what I would have been 12. Okay, that's not a good example. Yeah, I think if you met me 3 years ago, you would not recognize me. I think I'm pretty much a whole different person than I was back then. And I think in life people change, and it's really interesting to see a show do something completely different. So I think it's important for that reason. Taxi. I think Taxi is important because have you seen the people who came out of that show? Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd, Andy Kaufman, Carol Kane. It's a crazy, crazy list of really good, funny actors, and they all started on this show, so it must be worth seeing. I've got to check this show out. Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks was the show that invented the season arc. And if you don't think that's important, then you can give me $4 or more. In fact, you don't even have to think it's important, you can just give me money. I don't mind. I haven't found that on DVD at a price that I can afford, but once I do, I'm picking that up and watching it, because apparently it's a mind word I'm not allowed to say on this. MASH. Mash, 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 mash. It's really hard to sing MASH without sounding like you're saying smash over and over again. So I love top 10 lists. Like I've read so many top 10 lists on any subject in the world, particularly TV shows. And on any decent top 10 sitcoms of all time lists, MASH is always number 1. MASH is possibly the most important sitcom of all time, the most important war series of all time. Actually, I don't think there's much competition there. I can't think of any TV series about war other than MASH. I guess there's Band of Brothers, but that was a mini-series and they're a whole different category. Hogan's Heroes, but that show really wasn't very good. MASH, gotta check it out. Elizabeth, you've just finished watching MASH, and maybe you should mail it to me so I can watch it as well. Oh, I don't know, maybe that's something you could do. The Sopranos. I think you've seen some of The Sopranos, but I haven't seen any of it, and it's consistently on the top 10 shows ever made, and apparently it's amazing and very much worth seeing, and I'd like to. And lastly, Cheers. Cheers is one of the most financially successful sitcoms ever made, and as someone who wants to write sitcoms for a living, that's the kind of thing I should be looking into. It went for 9 years, and then its spin-off, Frasier, went for another 11 years. Cheers obviously did something very, very right, and it's a show that I definitely want to check out when I have time. As you know, I don't watch TV. I watch DVDs instead. I own about 1,000 DVDs, but I don't actually ever sit down and watch TV. There are 4 reasons for that. 1, I don't like ads. Secondly, the convenience of DVDs. You don't have to be at a certain place at a certain time. Thirdly, I can't stand waiting a week between episodes. If I am enjoying something, I want to watch more of it now. But fourthly, and perhaps most importantly, I don't need to. Just these 6 shows I've mentioned would be well over 200-300 hours of TV. And I spent over an hour narrowing the list down to 6 important shows that I haven't watched yet. When you take into account the shows that I want to watch that I wouldn't really call important, if they stopped making all TV right now, I probably wouldn't even notice until 2060. There is so much stuff that I want to watch. Anyway, that's been my list, and Gav, I will see you tomorrow.